Hey, I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co, and today I'm doing a solo playthrough of Legacy of You. Solo because this is a solo game, it's only a solo game, but I will be diving into the rules shortly. There'll be timestamps down below. Feel free to jump past that if you want to go straight into the game. Also, fair word of warning on this is a campaign game system with a little bit of a storybook and unlocks, and it's resettable. It's not like a Legacy game, you can reset other things, but if you are going to play this game yourself and you want to completely avoid any of the surprises, don't watch this playthrough. I mean, that's what I can say. Don't watch this playthrough. Now I've already played through the first game once. I'm going to be starting again from the beginning. And my own opinion is that these spoilers aren't hugely significant from the first game. I have no idea how it's going to go past that, but just giving you a heads up in case you want to know. Past that, depending on my own level of interest in sitting down and filming a whole bunch of sessions, I might film through this entire thing, start to finish, all the way until the eventual conclusion, winning or losing, however it goes. I probably will film through this entire thing because, at least based on one play, I'm very much enjoying this so far. There will be a review at some point as well. And if you're like, don't you not like Garfield games? No, that's not entirely true. I love Hadrian's Wall, and I wouldn't say I don't like them, but I will say that the entire, West Kingdom and Paladins, West Kingdom, and the North Sea, the West thing, all the series they've had so far, I've always enjoyed, and they are loved by many, and they haven't fully hit with me. Hadrian's Wall, though, I adore that game, and Legacy of You, I really liked my first play, and I'm excited to dive back into this, and hopefully power through this to, justify playing this, 20 times, so I can just film it and get it, and do all that. But with that said, let's go ahead and dive into this. Let's give you a quick high-level overview of what's going on here. Legacy of You revolves around the idea, and there's certain character names, I don't remember that, but it revolves around the idea that you're trying to stop the village from flooding. And to that end, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be building these canal systems. As you uncover cards in this game, you're like kind of uncovering a bit of a canal offshoot so that the slowly approaching flood doesn't actually hit you. Now, the way you lose the game is threefold. You can lose the game if the flood ever hits the card, if the card is there and you haven't built the canal, or if the flood goes off the edge of the board. You also lose the game if you, there's a word. What's happening here? You also lose the game if you have barbarians over here. If the barbarians ever completely overwhelm the system, and you lose the game a third way, which is if you run out of people in your deck. If you ever can't kill people in your deck. Now, the only way you win the game is if you successfully build all 6 of these canal sections and survive until the end of the round. To that end, this is primarily a resource management game. I'll be walking you through the actions, but the general sequence of plays: you're going to take your income at the beginning of the round, you're going to spend it on a variety of things, and then the warriors are going to attack, then more warriors are going to come out, and then eventually, slowly but surely, as you shuffle your deck, you're going to have advancing the flood. So you're trying to kind of manage your resources as you go through the game to get more resources, to build up your tableau better and faster than the bad things happen to you in the game. I'll be walking you through my actions, and especially that first round, I'll go pretty slowly. From there, I'll kind of pick up the pace a bit as I think you hopefully catch on to things. But let's just walk you through things. So to the first part, we're going to be taking our income at the beginning of each round. This little symbol here is the income symbol. As we uncover buildings, we'll get more things from our income over here. We're also going to potentially get income as we slot cards onto the board. We'll show you all of that soon. But for right now, I'm going to draw 4 cards. So I'm going to simply draw 4 cards over here. I'm going to follow this little thing over here. We're going to get a person, a little white guy over here as income. We're going to also get a little one of these over here, and then a little one of these. Now, these are all just tracking this. Over here, we get another one of these for each one of these we had built. So if we had built 2, we'd have more of those. But we haven't built 2, so we won't. So this is what we have over here. This is what we have. In order to build a canal, we're going to go ahead and have to pay in 2 of those white guys, as well as those 2. There's a term for that. They're called cowrie shells. Cowrie shells. So that's what we're working with over here. Not a lot, as you can imagine. Now, one of the things you can do on your turn is you can discard a person to get the resources shown. So if you discard a person, I'll get those resources shown. If I completely discard the person, meaning if I take him out of my exhausted pile and instead put him in the player discard pile, where he's no longer available and cycling back in, I'll get that additional red resource. And this little food icon is relevant for story cards if or when they come up, but for right now, not relevant. To that end, what am I going to try to do over here? Well, I like getting income in fast and early. I do like getting people income, and I do have a spot over here where I can put people in play. Now, you can also recruit cards from this board over here. They cost a various degree of provisions based on the spot, and this is the enemy over here who we ideally want to take out, and we don't have any of the required people to take them out, unfortunately, which means they're probably going to be hurting us. So we're going to start off with an early game recruitment, putting this into our discard pile. That costs us nothing. It's our freebie to account for the fact that bad stuff are going to be happening to us soon enough. Past that, I do want to start getting some income into play, so I think I'm going to log this guy into play over here, so we can start building out some yellow people who are going to start spawning every single round now that I put that over there. So that's going to be our second action there. We're going to go ahead and discard to get 2 provisions, which is going to help us buy more people, because those will be helpful, keeping our deck nice and moving along over there. Now over here, we can go here to get up provisions. I can put my white guy there to get up provisions if I wanted to. This is a worker placement spot, but I don't want to because I kind of want to get more resources. If I would have had... This is a problem. You see, already I'm questioning myself because I almost could have gotten a wood and already started the process of getting a building had I done that, but I didn't do that, and so I can't get that building, which means I think we're just going to go ahead and... I don't love it, but we also could do trade-in actions, by the way. Over here, you can trade in 3 cowrie shells for a wood or a brick at any point, but I'm not going to do that right now. Instead, I think I'm just going to go ahead and buy some more people. So I think we're going to get this card over here. We're going to trade that in for provisions and a cowrie shell. And that's going to give us some more resources here. And then we'll trade in this for a brick. A fairly boring first turn, but ultimately, you got to do what you got to do over here. And I don't have enough to take on the barbarians, so we're just going to try for the best. Now, I do have a bunch of these over here, which could help me buy more people. I don't want to spend too much on the people, especially because we haven't even bothered cycling things in just yet. But I do like getting some more people in play in general, as well as some provisions. Ooh, this guy over here is nice because he lets me draw extra cards every turn once I get him. So you know what? I'm going to buy the first 2 people. I'm going to spend 2 provisions, buy the first 2 people, load them into my deck so we can have more of those, and then we're going to call it quits on the round. The round is over, which means you go through a few steps over here. First thing you're going to do is you return your barge, which means if we had used this barge, if we had built this canal section, we return it, but we have not. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and suffer attacks, which means this person over here, we could either remove a card from the top of my deck over here into the discard pile, losing it, or we could give up a red person, almost like a hostage, you know, send them to negotiate and you just don't get him back. But that's not going to happen because we don't have a red person. So instead, we're going to go ahead and give up a card and discard it to a general discard pile. We've lost that card. It's gone. For setup, by the way, there's going to be 10 random cards you shuffle from this deck over here. And then there's the warriors. We have some other setup stuff we didn't heavily go into. But right now, you're going to slide these down over here. These are all going to slide down. You're going to have the warrior as well slide down 1 spot. There's basically as many spots as necessary to get new warriors out. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and draw 1 warrior, 1 enemy warrior, because we have 1 over there. As we build more canal sections, we're going to have more come out. And then we're going to put more of these out in play. That's going to be what happens there. We've now set up for the next round, which means it's time for an income phase. We're going to go ahead and draw 4 cards. We're going to get a person, we're going to get a provision, and we're going to get a cowrie shell. So we're slowly working our way towards being able to do things, and specifically, we could build that. Now we're going to draw 4 cards, the important part, because right about now we draw 4 cards, but if we don't build this before that comes along, when you shuffle your deck, that's when the wave advances. So we have to build this round, or we're going to lose. And I don't want to lose, because that would be fairly embarrassing. Well, losing is not embarrassing. Losing this quickly in a film playthrough would be pretty embarrassing. The good news is I just cut and start again. You'd never know. In fact, this is like the 4th time I'm playing the game. You just don't know that over here. So we're going to have our 4 cards over here. We're building these. Now we do have enough to build a building should we want to, but the problem is if we build a building, then we can't build that. So we're going to start by building that because it's kind of an essential not losing strategy. So we're going to immediately build that. We're going to get these 2 goods at the bottom, and we also have to kill a person. I don't want to kill a person. I don't want to kill a person at all. Some of these are a little bit random, by the way, as far as the setup of those, but we're going to do that because we have to. So someone died in the process of building the canal. Poor guy. This is going to go away, and it's going to go off to the side. We can put it back in the box. The box, by the way, is beautiful as far as giving you like these sections over here where to slot cards, telling you where everything goes. I'm just not going to do it right now because I don't want to. We've now unlocked a new trading spot. So as you go through the game over here, we've unlocked a new spot for trading as well as a new spot to build buildings. When you build buildings, you actually have to have somewhere to put them, which is where all these spots need to come to play. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these spots give you 2 each. So you can build a bunch of buildings as you go through it. But right now, I'm challenged by the fact that I don't have a person to build a building, even though I have the resources. Now, I could get a variety of people over here, but they're not the right type of person, unfortunately. Oh, I forgot, by the way. Thank you for pointing that out. You're right. I'm supposed to get the income of a yellow person there because I want that. Well, not because I want it, because that's what the thing says. Now, unfortunately, a yellow person is not enough to defeat this person, this gangster over here, this barbarian, because they need 2 yellows and a blue. I could get a additional yellow from this, but I can't get a blue, unfortunately, at least not from the cards I have right now. Oh, I have to discard this card, by the way, because that canal section was annoying. And that means we have to figure out what we want to do here. Let's go ahead and recruit this because it's free, so why not? And I could, I don't know, I'm not going to be able to get that person I want. I can't build something here. If I can't, I don't see a way. I mean, I could burn that card to get a person. Is it worth it? Is it worth burning the card to get a person? I would have the ability to actually go ahead and deal with that, which maybe is worth it. I don't know. I don't feel like it's worth it, but that guarantees I can start getting... You know what? I'm going to burn it. I'm going to burn this card over here. It might be a mistake, but I'm going to get the brick and the white person over there. So it gives me a little bit more flexibility as far as building things. It does mean the card goes away, though, and not into my deck over here. From there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a person, a brick, and this over here, which means we can now go ahead and start building some of these over here. Now, there's different buildings you can build. I'll talk more about these when I build them, as well as these when I build them. Although I kind of want to build that. That would give me another... No, I want the person. I'm going to build this building over here. I'm going to build it down over here, which is immediately going to give me a provisions because that's what's there. And then the income phase, I'm going to start getting an extra person by doing that. So we're going to dump those off to the side, and we are immediately going to get a provisions, which we'll put over here. To that end, right about now, we're about to reshuffle our deck as well. So I do want to specifically go ahead and buy these 2 cards here because I want to get some cards into it before I shuffle, because that will buy me some time before we do anything there. I'm going to go ahead. I want more cowries. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I'm going to build this building here instead. So I'm going to return that provisions and instead take that cowrie. And you'll see why soon. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard this person to get a yellow person. I'm going to discard this person to get a wood. And I'm going to discard this person to get a black person. Because I still can't build up another card over there, at least not yet. Although I could have if I had done that. It is what it is. We're going to do that. That's what we have there. I don't have enough resources to buy this next person, but we are going to go through the battle phase, and in the battle phase, this person is going to attack and remove the top card of the deck. So right as that happens, that means we have to immediately shuffle. Whenever you draw or would discard, that's when we shuffle up our cards, and we're going to go through the process of having the wave advance. Now, you can only build the canal section once per round, which means as this boat came off, it really goes off to the rulebook to set up the side, and it'll come into play next round. So even if you have the resources, you cannot build 2 canal sections per round. We're going to shuffle this up. We're going to take the top card off the top, which is unfortunate. I like all the cards, don't get me wrong. We're going to put that into play, and that resolves that. Over here, this one, we're going to instead give them 2 cowrie shells so that they can't do anything to me. Now, the downside is it means I can't build this canal section this round, but honestly, I don't want to yet anyway, because that's going to start advancing the barbarians faster. Every 2 cards, you get another barbarian advancement, and I don't think I can deal with 2 barbarians a turn yet, so we're not going to do that. These are going to slide down over here. We're going to have these people come down over here, where we're going to put another barbarian to play because of that. And then the boat's going to return to the next card, so now next round we can do that, but we're not done yet. We have to put these out. So you can see we're starting to deal with 3 barbarian attacks every single round, and I haven't built up enough to deal with a single one, which means I hate this game. It means I hate this game. That's what it means. But let's go ahead and deal with things. Right about now, we're on to the next round of play, which means we get our income. So we're going to go ahead and draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we do have a bunch of colors of workers here, which is going to be helpful. But we're going to draw a white worker. We're going to draw a cowrie shell, a provisions, and then we're going to move down here. We get a yellow worker, and over here we could choose a worker of our choice, which I think we want blue because that will be the easiest to take down that person over there, which is going to be helpful. In fact, we're going to start off with that off the bat because I'm sick and tired of the barbarians. We're going to pay these as well as 2 provisions, which means we're also going to have to slow down our recruitment as we take down these gangsters. We simply cannot keep up. It is what it is. The plus side is we'll get these things on the side over there. So we do get some of the perks over there. We've built up a few more resources, but we don't have the provisions we need, although these people might give us provisions, so we are fine. This person goes off to the gangster discard pile. We're going to do our usual recruitment for free over there, so we get something in play. And the problem is I don't have enough to deal with any of those, although if I get a single yellow worker, I could deal with them if I have 3 provisions, and I don't have 3 provisions. You can see the problems we're starting to deal with here. Now, the good news is I could build more buildings. As the buildings options go, I need more wood to be able to give some options. But over here, and again, we could trade in 2 cowries for provisions. We're not going to right now. Over here, this would give me another provisions or another white person. I do like the white people. They are helpful to build stuff. If I get another brick, I can build this one, but I happen to not have brick unless I want to pay 3 cowries for it. So I think I'm going to build another plain and simple building. We're going to pay these resources in, and we're going to build this building over here. We can dump it down over there, getting us some provisions, but it does mean we're going to need to build another one of those before we can build another building, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're going to just deal with that and call it a day. So we've built that in play. We have that. We did take the provisions. No, we did not take the provisions. Let's take that. So we are starting to make our process there. We're going to buy 2 more provisions, which is going to be helpful. 2 more provisions, which means if I wanted to, I could actually deal with this that gangster now. If I'm willing to burn a card, I could get another yellow. Am I willing to burn a card? These are decisions nobody asked me to make, and I don't want to think about, but it could be helpful. It means I won't have to deal. It means I could lose no cards this round, which could be very, very helpful. Do I buy more people, which they can then destroy, or do I just take them out? I really don't like the baddies. I really don't like the baddies. Now, it's going to cost me a person anyways to do it, but I think I'm going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and destroy this person. I might be making a mistake. I haven't figured out the economy of this game just yet, but it does give us this person over here, which is great. So we are burning that card, unfortunately. We are spending 3 provisions, and we are going to go ahead and spend 1, 2, 3 over here, which is going to be enough to take out that baddie. So this guy's going to die, which I probably should have counted my cards here. That's going to be an immediate +1 draw, as well as a cowrie in play. And that's going to be that person dead. So we did take down 2 baddies, which is good because 1 baddie comes out. If we can keep ahead of the game, then we're doing just fine. We just need to make sure we actually keep ahead of the game. So we still got some cards over here. We can generate some more people. I do like generating people. We're going to generate a red and a blue, which is going to be great because that's going to help us for here. In fact, we could actually, if we really want to be crazy, could we take down that person? We could take down that person. Am I crazy enough to do that? Yeah, let's be crazy. Let's go do it. Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and discard this card over here, which is going to give us a provision and a cowrie, which is essential because we're going to need that cowrie, because what we're going to do now is we're going to trade in 4 cowries over here. These 4 cowries to get 2 more provisions. Okay, so we're going to get 2 more provisions out of that, and then we're going to discard this card for a red, and discard this card for 2 blues. Okay, 2 blues, but this is going to be a permanent discard, which means we're going to have the red and the 2 blues, we just earned them, as well as the 3 provisions over here, and we're going to kill this person, which is going to give us 2 cowries and a tree trunk thingamajiggy. 2 cowries and a tree trunk. And that means we just killed 3 baddies over there. I don't think I've killed 3 baddies in a single turn my entire last game. So we're doing good here. Now again, the downside of killing them off when they're further away is it costs more provisions. You're sending troops out to battle, you have to send them out further off and pay for their food and all that stuff. The upside is it means they're not killing your people every single round, so it gives you a moment to breathe. And I do appreciate that moment to breathe. Well, our turn's done. Our turn's round over. We're going to resolve attacks. There are no attacks, so we're just going to shift these things down over here. This, by the way, should have been over here, which one of you caught a while ago. And we're going to just put out new people. We're going to put out 1 new baddie, because we still have that 1 symbol over there. And that is basically everything we got there. We're going to just put more stuff here. More stuff, more stuff. We got a bunch of people here. Very helpful. By the way, if there's ever a clash, these barbarians would eat the townspeople. Well, eat's probably the wrong term, but push them away effectively. But we just haven't had that happen yet. And now it's time for an income phase. Income phase happens. We're going to get a person. Let's do the 4 cards first. So 4 cards. We're going to take a look at those. We're going to keep our resources nice and separate. And keep in mind, we're down to 2 cards left, which means we have to build it this round, or we are going to have a problem. So we're going to start generating 2 baddies around, which I don't love. So we got our 4 cards. We're going to get our 1 white person, our cowrie, and our provision. Then we're going to go here. We're going to get a white person and a person of whatever color we so choose. Reds and blues are probably appropriate right now. We have a blue coming in here, so certainly a red. Red will give us flexibility for next turn. And then we move down here where we get a yellow person there. Okay, so we got our supplies, got our stuff all lined up over here. I'm going to keep this nice and separate so we have no confusion. And then we have to figure out what we want to do. So what we want to do, what we must do, not want, is we must absolutely, without a question, build ourselves a canal. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to pay the resources. We're going to build the canal. This will come off the board, and we're going to go ahead and have our first story event. So right about now, everything has been spoiler free. If you have been on the fence as far as whether you should keep watching, right about now with that symbol there, we're going to look at and resolve story point number 3 by reaching into the storybook and reading story point number 3, which will tell us what to do next. Disaster. The new canal to the east of our camp was nearing completion. Storms have been assailing us like the horrible breath of a dragon, forever slowing our progress. The men have become weary. I have been focusing on completing this work with such intent that I allowed carelessness to creep in. A short break in the torrent provided us only a moment to proceed. While I was overseeing the last reinforcement of the canal, I received word from camp that a fire had broken out and part of the camp was ablaze. With so many hands away at the canal, the fire raged like a beast, and despite valiant efforts from those still close by, a scorched mess is all that remains of our food store and the tents surrounding it. Food will be scarce now. We had been foraging heavily to feed the workers and keep everyone strong. A concentrated and extended effort will need to be made to restore what was lost. A fool may take some solace in the stories coming from the camp that this was the work of Wuziki, the monkey demon of the river. I think I'll put my energy into figuring out how to restore our food supply rather than chasing spirits. The burden of this oversight will hang over me for a long time, not unlike the storm clouds that now gather once again. At least the canal is done. File the completed canal card in the box under history. So this I am going to do as we go. This tells us the cards to take out of the game. They can always go back in the game later when you're resetting things. Find card 16 in the story deck. 16. And that's going to be this card over here. And place it face up alongside the board. This is a food shortage card. Now, the plus side, as I mentioned already, is I've read through this, so I can kind of skip reading the rest of the rules here. Let me just make sure I'm doing it correctly. Perfect, yeah. Okay. we have a food shortage card over here. That's going to be this card here, which when we flip it over, has food that needs to be fed. Basically, at the end of the game, we need to feed these people in order. So for example, I could discard this townsperson in order to feed, use the food symbol over here, matching that. So I could discard a, whatever, that is, soup or something, water, followed by fish, followed by meat, in that order, at which point I'll read number 13, and this is a mandatory quest requirement we need to fulfill by the end of the game in order to win. So that's going to stay in play until we win. And by the way, the game is progressive in the sense that when you win, the game gets harder, and when you lose, the game gets easier, and you go through that system. So that card stays in play until we resolve it and read 13. So now that we've done that, we now have a new place here. We have a new spot where we can build a building, and we have a new action where we can go ahead and burn a card. This is going to be taking a card from your exhausted pile and discarding it in order to get 2 calories over there. And that is basically that. What does it mean put a card into your discard pile? It might mean exhaust a card. I have to double check. It might mean exhaust a card. I think it means you're exhausted. I'm not sure. I'll double check that. Anyways, we're going to come back to this over here in the meantime, which is we have our resources, we have our stuff, we have that baddie who we want to take down, but can we build this building in front of us? I think we can, in fact. I actually want to build this building here, right there. So we're going to go ahead and pay 3 brick. That's not brick, that's a person. That's a person, not a brick. It's just a red person, which threw me off my game. Do we have 3 wood? We do have 3 wood, so I could build one of these, which is not bad, because that would allow me to defeat that bad guy there. So in fact, if we go ahead and we build this over here, so we're going to pay 1 of that, and 1 of that, we're going to build this guy over here. Not that one. This one. Okay, we're going to be able to treat red people and white people as well, each other effectively. So we have some flexibility now as far as how those go. We're going to pay our resources in, and now we have that in play. We also get a person of whatever color we want, which means we may as well take a red person. No, a blue person. I lied. A blue person probably makes more sense. No, we can get a blue from over here. So we do want a red. So we're going to take a red over there, and we now have a building in play. We're going to get extra calorie every single round, and we have some flexibility on our colors. I'd rather have built this. I can't. So there is that. Now this, when we build this canal section, we're going to have to destroy 2 people, which I don't love, but it is fine. We'll deal with it. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and generate a yellow person. There's going to be 1 over here. We're going to generate a black person. Just building up our supplies. A blue person. And followed by a log situation. Now, the only problem I have is we don't have enough provisions to take down this person, even if we wanted to. So that is not the best, because it means we can't take down that person. Now, we still could do things over here, so let's go ahead and do them. We're going to, recruit that person over there. And because we are shuffling this turn, it's a good time to think about which of these we want in our deck. This will give us +1 draw, which I'm not averse to. +1 draw does mean we go through our deck faster, so it's a bit of a trade-off there. I don't know how I feel about that. I'd almost rather have resources, but we could spend a single provision, so I think I'm going to do, to get one of these. Although maybe I need provisions, because I only get 1 provisions around right now, until I start getting more provision income, which I don't think I have, so I need more provisions, I'm realizing. So if I need more provisions, let's go ahead and take this person, who gives me provisions, and shuffle them into our deck, and that should be the round. Now we do have the 2 of these that we need to stop that from being a factor, so let's go ahead and do that. And the round, he's going to attack. We're going to discard 2 calories, especially now that we have more calorie income coming in, and then we're going to go ahead and shift these down, and we're going to shuffle our deck shortly. Not yet. This is going to shuffle down to over here because we now draw 2 around. So any sense of control you thought I had, well, it's not actually present, shockingly enough. So we got that done. We are there, and now we're going to go ahead and draw our cards. So we're going to do a few things here. We're going to start drawing our cards. We're going to put our new canal boat back in so we can build the next canal section, and then we're going to shuffle this up and draw 2 more cards and advance this along the flood. You can see how we're just barely able to stay ahead of the flood, because I've seen Lord of the Rings, and that rushing water is fast. Honestly, I'm impressed that we're doing as well as we are. And by as well as we are, I mean just not losing horribly, which is pretty much as well as it needs to be. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just draw some more cards here. Pulling them out, we have our deck over here, and we're going to take our remaining income. So 2 of these white people over here. We'll come back to the color in a second and make a choice shortly. We're going to have 2 calories, and then 1 provisions. We really need more provisions in play. We're also going to have the yellow person, which is, again, we just need more provisions. We need more provisions badly, but we'll figure, I guess we have them over here. That's fine, okay? And then we have a person of our choice to take out. Which color do we want? Ooh, boy. I'm not seeing any favorable colors right now. We need more blue. We have red. We probably need more red. Let's go ahead and take a red, because red can be treated as white anyway, so we'll figure that out. So, We now have what's necessary to hopefully take down some of these. Let's go ahead and play this out. First thing first, we're going to need provisions. So we're going to discard this person to take 2 provisions, which is going to help us because then we're going to discard 2 reds, a blue, and the provisions to take out that guy. So he's now gone. He's no longer in our hair, which means we're going to get 2 calories and a brick for destroying him. He goes over here. Things are looking good. Things are looking good. Now, we do need more provisions if we want to take down the next person. The upside is we could actually go ahead and trade in these over here to get a provisions, which is good because we want that. We're going to go ahead and trade in this person to get a provisions and a calorie. So we're going to use him there. And that's going to give us what we need to take down the next person, because the next person needs a yellow, a red, and then a white, which we can treat as a red because we're special in magic thanks to this ability here. Again, this ability treats these as equal to each other. And if you had more, you could treat all 3 of them as equal to each other, basically giving you that color flexibility. We're going to discard the 3 provisions, and we're going to discard this over here. And that's going to give us the calories on the right side. So we're going to go ahead and get 3 calories, which are going to enter our supply. Things are looking good as far as our general economy of actions over here. We don't have the people we need for that because, unfortunately, only this one is multicolor. We are still losing the other colors necessary. At this point, do we have enough resources to build this? Well, if we discard this over, we don't have a spot for it. We can't build it. Never mind, ignore me. We're going to still go ahead and get those resources because we do want those resources. We're going to go ahead and discard this so we can get that red person over there, which is going to be very helpful. We are at the point where we could almost build a canal. We need another person, effectively. We can't treat these as multicolor, but I don't want to build a canal. I guess I should want to build a canal, shouldn't I? Can I get the canal built? It doesn't look like I can. I can get things that get me more resources. Getting more people, I don't yet have that flexibility. That's all going to be income for the round. So I don't think there's anything that we can do that's that much more helpful. At this point, it's just a question of going ahead and recruiting someone. And I could pay to recruit more, but again, I'm not shuffling my deck yet anyway. So the only reason would be to be mindful of, let's actually not move those yet. The only reason would be to be mindful of the cheaper cost. So you know what? Let's go ahead and trade in 2 calories for a single provision so we can recruit 1 more person. And let's go ahead and grab... Let's grab this one over. You know what? I don't know if I care enough. We're going to grab this one over here, popping him down there. And then end of round, he's going to attack. We have the black person to ignore the attack, so we're going to do that. They're going to trade that in. And then these people are going to move down. And we're going to have him slide down and put 2 more cards into play. So we now have 3 people attacking us. Things were looking great, but they're not anymore. So things are going great, 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 great. And now we take income. Income is looking good for us. Incomes, again, we need to stay ahead of things. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8. We have 2 rounds till we need to build things if we don't have a single card attacked, which I wouldn't rely on that. So I'm going to try to build the canal this round, which is going to, in and of itself, take away 2 people from me. Let's go ahead and resolve our income phase. So we're going to draw 4 cards first. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully we get some more provisions. Good. I like you. I like you a lot. We're going to go ahead and take 2 of these white people. We'll do our multicolor one last. 2 calories and 1 provision, and then 1 yellow person. That's our typical income right now. Things are looking fine on tons of calorie options, which is great. Those give us a lot of flexible trade-ins there. So what we need to do now is we need to go ahead and figure out what wild color person we want. And my assumption is a blue is good, but we still need a second blue even... Oh, we have a second blue over here. Blue's good. Blue's good. We're going to grab a second blue, and we're going to be able to take down that person. That's because we're going to go ahead and start this off by discarding this person to get a second blue, and then we're going to discard this person to get 2 provisions, and then we're going to, let's start off by buying this person, because he's the free one, toss him into our discard, and then we'll spend our 2 provisions over here, plus our red, blue, blue situation here, in order to take down that person. So that person's done. We got that one done, which means we're going to get a white person and a calorie. I love getting those calories. I love it. I love it. That person's dead over there. Barbarian's dead. And now I think we want to go ahead and build a canal. So this is where bad things happen to us because we are going to have to kill 2 people. We are going to trade these in over here. We're going to get those 2 resources. 1, 2, and then we're going to have to burn 2 people off the top of the deck, which means well, again, we knew we wanted to do it anyway, so it doesn't make a difference anyway. But we're going to toss these off to the side and put them back in their piles. This is going to go back to the supply, and this is gone. No story text, but we did kill 2 people, unfortunately. That goes off here. All right. Things are looking good. We now have a new trade-in option. We can now trade in a person and a provision to make the person wild. And we have a new building we want to build, which means it's finally time to build another one of these. I've been waiting for a while. I've been waiting for too long, in fact. We're going to trade that, that, and that, and that in. Could we even possibly do that? Let's find things out. So we're going to start with this over here. We're going to trade these in, and we're going to build this building, which is what we need. So let's do that. Let's do this because I want that spot. We now have the worker placement spot. We may as well benefit from it. We're going to put it there and get the provisions. And then this is done. We flip it over and we draw a card. Now these are random. The things in the back of them could vary as far as what they do, but that's going to go off to the side. And we have now done with that. We drew a new card. And we also have a new spot here where we can place a person to change the color of something, which is going to be excellent because that's going to let us take that person down right off the bat, which is going to be very, very helpful. Although maybe we should take down this person. We don't have the black ones necessary. We need another black one. We have another black one. So if we grab this, and the reason for that, by the way, is because I have the brick to stop this person. I don't have the blue to stop that person. So we get this over here, which should give us the black. We put this person down here. Do we want the specific yellow one? Sure, what the heck. I guess we could work with that. No, we're going to go ahead and discard this one to take the white. Put the white over here. The white will then give us the black over here. And then we are going to go ahead and have these people. And then we can trade in these three over here. And these two provisions, plus this provisions and cowrie from this. So we're just going to take the provision and cowrie. And then we're going to add that provision over here. And that's going to allow us to take this person down, which will give us 2 cowrie and a brick. So 2 cowries and a brick into our supply. We are loaded up with cowries over here. What are we going to do with them? Well, we're going to use them to try not dying. That's just my general rule of thumb. Try to not die. Now, I could have... No, I couldn't have. I was gonna say I could have actually kept that. If I would have kept that white person and deprioritized the yellow, I could have built another building. But we need a spot to build another building, which is part of the problem. We don't have that spot in play, but we should be able to have it next round. And I might try building thoroughly. If I can build this over here, it's going to kill 2 people. But if I can also do that to immediately build some more buildings in play, that's the thing. You want, as soon as these come out, you need to get those buildings in play as soon as possible. In the meantime, we are going to go ahead with end of turn effects. Do we want to buy something? Do we want to buy any of these people? I guess we are because we're shuffling. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and spend 4 provisions to buy the 2 provisions necessary to buy both these level 1s. That's going to be trading these in over here, getting those level 1s. And that is going to be the round. We're going to have the Barbarian attack us. Barbarian over here is going to attack, trying to kill a card. We're going to give up a brick instead, throwing it at their head, send them flying off into the woods, and then we're going to build 2 cards. So we're going to slide this down, put 2 new Barbarians in play. I don't like them one bit because they are expensive to deal with, and some new cards will come out. So we're doing well so far. We are keeping things in control. It's just slowly moving along as we try to stay ahead of the flood. Then at the beginning of the next round, we're going to go ahead, put this new boat back out. We can now build the next canal section, should we be able to afford it, which I think we're looking good on. And then we're going to take our income. That's going to be 1 card here, and then we're going to go ahead and start shuffling. So, things are looking okay. We're kind of staying ahead of things. We're kind of ignoring the food shortages that were caused by the monkey demon. But that is what it is, because you know what? I want my deck right now, and we can deal with the food shortages later. There's no rush at all. We just need to build the canal and then survive until the end of the round. That's why, like, some of you may have been wondering, like, if the lose condition is the canal going off the board, wouldn't that have meant you built the 6th canal? So there's 2 catches there. The first is that you have to survive till the end of the round. The second is that there's other conditions at play. This is a restriction on winning. We have to have those food, which I'm just thinking, confidently thinking, I got it. It's cool. We'll deal with it later. So we gotta flip these down over here, resolve these, down, and at some point I should actually deal with it. I'm feeling too cocky right now. The question is, what happens to, like, how many of these do I have in my deck, and are they going to be, like, burnt from the water? I don't have that answer. Anyway, we draw our 4. We take our 2 white people over here, white workers. We're going to take our 2 cowries and our 1 provision. We're going to take our yellow over here. I didn't put a card. I'm an idiot. I forgot to build a card. It is what it is. Anyways, I should have built a card over here for the record. Okay? And then we take our 1 wild person, which, given the fact that I think we want a blue to take this person down. Yeah, I think we want a blue. Blue looks good. So we're going to grab a blue so we can take down that person and not have to worry about them. And then we should build a card down here so we don't have to worry about that either, which would be great. It would be great. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and get more provisions and cowries in play because, again, that flexibility. So we will go ahead and dump this into play over here. So that person's going to go underneath the board. And now we have more income coming in our way. In the meantime, what we'll also do is we will expend... Do I only have 1 white person? Well, it's fine. It's just... I only have 1? I'm fine. Okay, we're going to go ahead and discard this over here. That's going to be our person that goes down here, giving us a white person, where we're going to go ahead and spend 3 white people and 2 cowries and build that section there. Okay, so again, looking good. Kill that over there. Now that's going to be shuffled over here, by the way, so this should be here. Good catch. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and kill this, which means we get a wood and a brick. And then we are also going to have to destroy 2 townspeople off the top of my deck, which is going to go here. And then this will go off to the side, and that's done. And we now have a new spot. This can trade 4 calories in for a person, so it's a new ability. We are unfortunately generating 3 baddies around, which is bad. By bad, I mean not good. Now, the tricky side is, what do I want to build next? Because I really do want to get another one of these spots out. That could be fun over here. Let's take a second to breathe. So I think the first thing we'll do... Oh, I can't do that and that, can I? Nope, I can't do that and that. More people's a good thing, because more baddies are coming in play. And I can treat red like white, so that would be good. So how can I get an extra brick? I can spend 3 calories to do that. Am I comfortable spending... Let's go ahead and recruit a person while we're at it. So if I spend 3 calories over here, I can get a brick with this. And if I do that, I can do this building here, which should be fine. I think that works. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and trade these in. Nope. Oh. What do I do with a drunken sailor? What do I do with a drunken sailor? I could preserve my people. I could save my calories. I think I'll preserve my people. So, I don't know if it matters, actually. I don't know if it matters. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pay this person in over here, which will give us a red person. That red person is going to go over... Do I even have enough to do that? Nope, I don't think I do. So we're going to go ahead and burn this red person. We're going to burn this red person over here, which is going to give me an extra brick. So instead he's going to go away, and that gives us an extra brick. Now what we're able to do because of that is we're able to take the red person, pop him here to turn him into a white person. Okay, so we're going to get the white person. This stays here to lock that off so like it's not available to us. Then we're going to spend a wood, 3 brick, and a white person to be able to throw this into play up here, where I can then immediately take a red person, I guess, or a black person. I could do either one. I don't know if I care enough. Let's do a black person because it looks like we have a bunch of black coming up. So I'm going to grab a black person. Although red can also be used as white. We'll figure it out. We'll grab the black person. Okay, so we've done that over there, and that action is done. And then we flip this card over where we read story text 31, but we've also unlocked a worker placement spot. And more importantly, we're going to shove this down over here so I can go ahead and get an extra red person every single round. I'm going to read this in a second. I'm just going to go ahead and resolve this. You know, no, let's actually be, let's behave. Let's read it now. 31. The camp grows more and more each day. Workers pour in from the surrounding lands. Some sent by the Emperor, others have nowhere else to go. It is heartbreaking, but I must continue my work. We must make more room. File this under history, which we'll do, and then grab cards 1 to 3 and put them into the box for the next batch. Basically, these cards 1 to 3 over here are going to be more cards that go onto the board, randomly distributed here, to represent more of a evolving story that will happen later as we go through things. Alright, so 31 is done. We have a new worker placement spot. We have a new income round. We have a new building out. Things are looking medium good. But then we need to take down the baddies. So I need to do that. I need to go ahead and pay these 2 in to get a provisions. Then we can use our 2 provisions and this particular selection of people over here to get this card, which is going to give us a... we're going to do that. That's going to give us a calorie and a person, which the person is lovely. I love having people. Then we're going to kill that card. And the problem is, keep in mind, we are now generating 3 cards. So we need to get another building here ASAP before things go south on us, because we just need to. We need to. That's like it has to happen. Okay. At this point, the baddies unfortunately are going to hurt us, and this is where things are going to happen. So let's play this out over here. I could give up 3 calories to save a person. Do I want to? Do I care? No, I'm not going to bother. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. So the baddies are going to attack. We're going to give up a wood because I can afford to. Do I get more wood? I have to earn more wood. Whatever, we're going to give up a wood to not get hurt. And then this one's going to kill a person off the top of the deck. That's going to be that over there. And then we're going to draw 3 new people, which means these are going to shift down. These are going to shift over here. We're going to draw 3 new people. We don't have room for 3 people, so this will go off over there. And then we're going to draw 3 people. And now we have 5 baddies attacking us next round. And if you're like, Alex, things are not looking good for you, you're not wrong. This is where things... Whoa, look at that over there. That's going to be a story event. If we kill her at any point, then we'll have a story event, which is great, because... Breathe, Alex. Okay, next round happens. The flood does not advance, fortunately, because we are ahead of our game. The boat does return down back there. We are going to get our 4 card income. If I seem frazzled, it's just because I'm terrified I'm going to lose. Not a big deal at all. We're going to generate our 2 white people over here. We're going to generate our 2 cowries and our 1 provisions. So 2 cowries. This, by the way, goes back to the supply. That clears at the end of each round. Then we're going to go down here. We're going to generate a yellow and a red, as well as a provision and a, situation there. Keep in mind, there was that one round where I should have played a card here and didn't. That was inefficient to me and not the best. Then over here we get choose a person of any color. Now these people are easier to defeat, which is nice, but there's also 3 coming around, which is less nice. If there's ever a full row of 7 of them, you immediately lose, and that's bad. So let's not have that happen. I don't know how to not have that happen, honestly. But we're just going to try our bestest. I think I need a lot. Would a blue even help me at this point? I need a lot. This is not good. Like, really not good. How am I going to kill? I need to kill at least 2. Just to stay in the game, I need to kill 2. And I need to get ahead, which means I need to kill 3. So, I need more people of different colors, which is going to help to some degree. I also need provisions to be able to stay ahead of the game. So things are not the best. I need a red over there. I can treat red as anything anyway. So I need a black, maybe? I guess I could build one of my purple buildings. That might be a good way to go. Do I have the wood? I don't have the wood. I don't have any resources. I can't build a building if I wanted to. Ignore me while I panic here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Give me a second here. I have a terrible selection of cards right now for this round. Not the bestest. Will those give me thingies? Maybe. That might give me... Okay, so if we draw that... Let's draw black. Let's draw black. Okay, so the reason I chose a black here... So the reason I chose a black is because the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to draw a card, which means I'm going to spend these 3 over here to kill this person, along with 2 provisions to do so. Again, we have to kill 2 just to stay in the game. Forget anything else. That is going to give us a cowrie, which is good for flexibility, and drawing a card, which is also good for flexibility. Now, we don't have enough cards to make it to the next round. We're going to be shuffling, but we do have a full canal area, so we do have time. Let's see what card we draw. It's another person with no resources. I could cash it in for a brick if I really want to, but that might be crazy, so let's not talk about that just yet. Past that, we have to go ahead and get our hands on some other things, which I don't know how to do. I don't know how to kill some stuff here. How do we kill this guy? I mean, this guy I can kill if I get the resources. Let's go ahead and kill that person, because I can treat a yellow. I can go ahead and discard this for a yellow, but I might want the brick too. Because if I can get the brick in play, then I can at least build a building, which would be a start. Like a decent start. But not enough, because I need more wood. I don't see things going well for us right now, but let's try to see what we can do. That would give me a provisions in general going forward, which provisions are good, but they're not the best. Let's do what we can. So we're going to go ahead and discard this over here for 2 resources, 2 provisions. They're going to take that because we need those anyway. We'll do the same thing here with the provisions and a cowrie, because I'm pretty sure I don't want to burn that per... Hold up. You stay here, buddy. You stay here. Is there a chance on Earth I can get the 3 brick? I don't believe there is. Because I can go here with a guy and get a resource. And I can spend a bunch to get there, but I don't think I can get 3 brick no matter what. I guess if I did 3 there and discarded this person, then I could do that. But it seems like a real stretch and a whole lot of resources used. But it would possibly bring me ahead of the game again. How do I take these guys out? Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and discard this person here to get a yellow and a brick. We need those resources right now. We're going to go ahead and do it. Okay, we're going to see what happens. Now that I have the yellow and the brick, I could go ahead and spend these 2 provisions and these 3 because yellow and red are equals to be able to take this person out. Okay, so that person's gone, which means things are looking good. Better, not good. And we're going to get 3 provisions. Okay, so 3 cowries. 3 cowries, which are really helpful. We're then going to go ahead and... It's still not enough. I need the wood. I'm an idiot. I messed it up. I'm not going to be able to get what I need, but we'll still do it. We're going to go ahead and pop over here to be able to get that wood, which we can grab over here, and that helps us a little bit, because then what we can do next, we still can't buy that. We need much more. We need more resources. Okay, we're going to go ahead and build this building anyway. We'll at least get the provisions out of it. It is what it is, and we're just going to do the best we can and call it a day. We all call it a day, Brian. We're going to go ahead and put that person here, which gives us the wood, which we took. Then we're going to trade in these 3 over here to be able to build another building, which will give us a red and more recurring income. It's not the building I wanted to build, but it is the building we're going to have to make a decision to build. I need to get rid of this canal as soon as possible. The good news is we have the people in theory. Like, we're going to get the people ASAP. Watch, we're going to get a red right now. It's going to be another red. we're going to go ahead. We got a brick in here. We got some brick. We got some resources in the wrong pile. Let's move those out off the way. We're going to go ahead and give this person up to get another white worker. We're going to give this person up to get another cowrie and provisions. Then we're going to keep building our deck because right about now we're going to be drawing into the next round in a minute. So we want to build our deck ASAP so we can get those cycles in play. So we're going to take this one for free. We're going to buy this one, and that's all we can do because of rules. Wow, this provision is going to go away. And then we have to try to survive 3 new people attacking us this round, which isn't the bestest. I don't see a way of actually getting the people for it otherwise, so we're just going to hope for the best over here. We have a stack full of cowries, but we need more flexibility around everything else. So, that's the round. Things are looking good. Oh, wait, no, that's not the round. That's not the round because we have this spot over here, and we know we need blue people. So we're going to go ahead and toss one of these into the blender over here, and then get a blue person out of it. That should be good. I can also do these, but I can save that for the future. Can I do it this round? We have a blue. No, I guess I could do it. I guess I could take that person out, which is not the worst. Maybe we do that. So if I pay in 1, 2 to get, can I do it? It's a white person specifically, but I could treat red as white with this. So that should be fine. So I should be able to trade in. Okay, I need 3 provisions, okay, because I'm doing this trade 3 times. So I'm going to trade in this for provisions, that for provisions, and then this for provisions in order to be able to pay the provisions. So these 2 plus these, which equal provisions, should get me the 2 colors that I want, which are 2 blacks, let's say, a black and a blue. Then these 2 pay for the provisions I need to actually fight them, which means I'm going to go ahead and actually take them out right now. And that means I can go ahead and pay these in, take them out, and get 3 provisions, which means 1 less townsfolk dying. 3 cowries, 1 less townsfolk dying, and we still have a good cowrie bundle. I'm not sure that was the right choice, but it's a choice we made. Past that, we're going to go ahead and have 2 townsfolk die anyway because of these cards are here. So we're going to kill 2 townsfolk, which is not great, but I don't see a way around it right now. And then we're going to draw back up and go to the next round. So these are going to shift down to over here, so we can draw 3 more enemies. Things are looking great. Oh, look at that. We got some more text-based enemies, some more stuff over here. We draw 2 new people out. Okay, now again, if we ever don't have any more people here, we can shuffle these up here, but if they ever get a full row, so again, we have to kill 3 people, or else 2 people. We have to kill 2. That's not that much pressure, but we are going to go ahead and draw this over here. So we're going to draw our last person, and then that's going to advance this. And then we have a very small deck because they've been killing us, like you might imagine. This game is hard, by the way. This game is hard. Like, I'm sure it's winnable, he says, not being sure it's winnable. Maybe I'm trying to... You have to last another round, too, by the way. You have to resolve the whole round, which means if they draw up, they draw up. Is there another one? There's another one. Oh, dear Lord, there's another one. Anyways, let's do this. So, we're going to go ahead and draw up more cards here. So we draw our cards. We have a bunch of cards. We're looking great, 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 great. We're going to go ahead and take our 2 people. We're going to take our 2 provisions and our 2 cowries. Okay, 2 provisions, 2 cowries, a giant stack of cowries. We're going to come back to that person last as usual. We're going to take a red and a white person, and then a cowrie and a that. Okay, so again, things are looking good as far as the general stack of stuff we have. And then we choose a person of any color, which I guess given these over here, we have red and white, we have white, we're going to need a black. Okay, that's going to be the person of any color we grab there. And so let's go ahead and take things out. We're going to start with this person because I don't want to deal with whatever that text says, and I want rewards. So we're going to spend 2 provisions to take that person down, and then we're going to spend a red, and a black. So that's going to do the job right there, and that will give us a white, which is helpful, as well as a cowrie. So we have the whole stack of cowries, by the way, for the record, just so you know. So we've got plenty of cowries. We have our stack of cards, and we have a bunch of cards in front of us. Things are looking great. We're going to go ahead and buy that card. Probably should buy that card too because I think we're going to need it, but we'll deal with one thing at a time. Can we even do the canal right now? Do we even have a chance? Well, we have to take this person out. Let's take him out. We have to take that off the board. We have to kill another person or we're not even in the game. That's the conversation on the table. But I'm a little worried that that text is not going to actually help me. But that is what it is. You gotta play with the cards dealt. These, by the way, clear. So how do we go around that? We don't go around that. We just hope for the best and try. So we are going to we're going to recruit a person here with this person. Okay, that's going to go over there, which is going to then immediately give us a black, and then the 2 reds and a black are going to allow us to kill her along with 1 provisions. So now we've done the things necessary to stay alive for now. But again, terrified. I don't understand how you win. I don't... Whatever. It's good. It's good. All good. So we're going to kill her and read section 12 from the book. So she's done. Well, actually, let's leave her here. She might be in play. And let's see what section 12 says. It's days like this that make me yearn for home. There are still people, our people, who do not see. They cannot see the work that we are doing is all for the Empire. They only see a chance to take. My heart bleeds for them in their ignorance, just as my men bleed for our work to carry on. We pushed back a strong foe, but the cost of our own warriors is high. My thoughts will be with the rest of my warriors tonight as they remember the fallen. File the defeated barbarian card in the box under history. So she's gone. The game got arguably a bit easier, maybe. Take 2 damage. That's damage is just like damage. Yeah, that's going to be destroying. They're going to kill 2 cards and gain 3 cowrie shells. So we gain 3 cowrie shells. I don't know what the actual requirement there for that is because I actually have these. So I'm not sure if the pool is limited because it actually hasn't happened to me yet. So give me a second while I don't know. I'm going to put 3 cowries on this mound and I'll figure that out in a second. Okay. Then I have to take 2 damage, which means 2 of these cards are going to die, because that's exactly what I need. Which also means, by the way, I'm now down to 3 cards, which means if we aren't able to do that this round, then we lose. Spoiler for you, that might mean we lose. Well, I got the cowries necessary. I guess I can do it. I think I can do it. Let's find out. So we're going to spend 4 cowries. So I'm going to spend 4 cowries over here. So that's these 3 that I am treating as proxy cowries. And again, technically it might be cheating, but I wasn't even like paying attention or looking at it. I don't even know if it's limited or not. So we're just going to go ahead with it. If this is the difference between me winning and losing, I'm cool with it. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get a white person over here. That's going to give us that person. That means we now need... I don't understand how I'm possibly going to do this. I need to do this over here. And then when I do this, I also will go ahead and also have 2 cards destroyed. So there's that as well. But you know what? Let's go out with a bang. Why not? Let's spend the 3 cowries. Can I even do this at all? So if we spend the 3 cowries, if we have our first white person, we could... We have a second white person. I guess we could do this. Okay. So we're going to trade this person with a provision. Okay. And that's going to turn that into any color, which means blue. Okay, so we have our blue, we have our 3 cowries. We just need to get a few more things, which means we need to burn this. So this is going to burn as well. Our pile of cards gets ever smaller. But at least we have a person over here, so we have another one. And don't forget, we can treat as red, so we just need another white. And we'll go ahead and give these 4 in, which means another white. So we are at least able to do this. Whether it's going to be a good thing or not is a different story, because I'm seeing 2 damage here, which means 2 more cards off the top, which means it's a problem. It's a problem. That's going to be that. We are going to trade those in, and we did successfully do that. And successfully is the key word, because, I don't know, man, 24. 24. We do have that ability unlocked, though. That's going to be drawing a card from the top of the deck directly to our hands if we pay those resources, which is nice. Maybe that's the difference between winning and losing. I don't know. What I do know is we have to read 24. Okay. 24. I had been waiting hours for my workers to return from finishing our most recent canal when a shout came up from the edge of the tents. The workers have returned, but they were bloodied and tired. Barbarians have been roaming nearer and nearer to our camps, scouting for ways they can hurt our efforts. It seems like they found what they were looking for. File the construct a canal card in the box under history. Find card 34 on the story deck and file it under the box huts and canals for future games and take a damage. My deck's basically empty at this point. Okay, take a damage. And find card 34 for the future. 34 is going to be, and just like skim through these without paying attention, 34 is going to be over here. Okay, things are looking good. Good. And by good, I mean I'm going to die. If it's not one thing, it's going to be another. I wonder if you're supposed to win this game. Like, let me know in the comments down below. Are you winning your first game? What am I doing wrong? Like, playing poorly, I guess, but how? Or is it a rules thing? I think I'm just not winning. But let me know. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and continue this. We still have 2 people in our hands over here. So let's go ahead and pretend that we have these. That way we at least have a hand of 4 cards, which is great, because that's what we need. 3 provisions and a cowrie. That's our supply pool. And this goes over here. And that means at this point, they're going to try killing us. So the good news is I can go ahead and ward off these people. Oh, let's get a provisions to be able to buy 1 person. Let's do that. Okay, great. You're over here now. We're going to spend 2 provisions to ward off those people so that they can't actually hurt us right now. And then we'll take the last damage from this person, which means this will advance. We'll shuffle this up and deal a damage, and we'll have a hand of, well, just that. Okay. We're not done yet, though, because we're going to go ahead and do this. We'll get rid of a card, put that there, and then these 3 are going to advance. And we're going to shuffle up these 3 over here. This pile of baddies to take care of. Putting them in play. And again, this is all without even dealing with the food shortages, by the way. So the food shortages are still present. And I'm down to 4 cards in my deck. Yeah. Alright. We're going to go ahead and put this over here. 3 more people in play. They're back. They're attacking us. They're worse than ever. And then we're going to shuffle up this as well. I'm just going to draw one from the middle for the sake of this to keep it faster. And shuffle this up later. He says as he shuffles it up now. Okay. That's done. And we're going to go ahead and do our income phase, I guess. Income phase time. So we're going to go ahead and get our stuff. So we're going to draw 4 cards, which is the exact 4 cards we have. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, doesn't that mean this is going to advance next round? You're darn tooting right. It is going to advance next round. It's just going to be what it's going to be. We are going to go ahead and draw 2 people over here. So we're going to draw 2. We are going to get the cowrie and the provisions. So 2 cowries and 2 provisions from over here. Don't forget we have our wild person as usual. And then over here we're going to get a cowrie and a provision as well as a red and a white worker. Now that was a red and a yellow worker. Okay, then we get a person of any color we want to take, which I guess we'll take a black because, again, that person's right in our face there, and I don't think we can win this at all. So just for context, just to understand the same page over here. In order to win this round, we would need to do the following. We would need to go ahead and build this canal, which would also kill 2 people from my deck, which if I can't, I would lose. We would also need to take down at least 3 barbarians, probably 4, because you have to survive till the end of the round, and they're going to be spawning 4 barbarians. So I don't see a way around this. We are going to grab this person right away, because that may as well. Let's put him into our discard pile there. And then we have these people over here, which we can try to figure out how to deal with. I think I'm just going to lose, but let's see if we can do things along the way. I could, in theory, build this and see what happens. That might progress story points, so let's go ahead and build it. Let's build the last canal and see what happens, okay? Or can I even build... You know what? I can actually... You know what? Let's do this. Let's try to see things out, because I don't know how things are going to play out. So I'm going to try to build this over here first. So we're going to put that card over there. Then we're going to overlay it with a fish card right away. And then overlay it with a meat card and read 13. So maybe we can at least get the 13 out of the way, because I forgot I have stuff to do that. 13, let's see what happens now. Our foragers have done well. We have endured with simple rationed food, saving whatever we can for the leaner times. We are starting to see the food store fill once again. It is meager, but the workers are inspired. Work has been hard in recent days, and a full stomach goes a long way to keep a man alive. Keep a man going. I have, however, been meditating on the events that led to the situation we now find ourselves in. Before the fire, we had been beset by storms and rains, not hospitable conditions for a fire to swell. For now, there's still food to gather and store. A few extra stores of grain is not enough to see us through the winter. I will need to talk to those who were here in camp when the fire broke out. Or perhaps I should start looking for monkeys in the river. File the completed food storage card in the history. Okay. Place the townsfolk cards that were in the food storage card into the townsfolk discard pile, not the exhausted pile. That means I've lost them. I've lost these. They're in the discard pile. Find card 21 in the story deck, and file in the box under other set of cards. Okay. For future games. As with previous food storage cards, this new one will also need to be completed, and will remain in play until you complete it. This food storage card rewards 1 cowrie shell after placing the second. So at least we get a cowrie shell after placing our second food, but past that, we still have a goal that's going to be relevant for future games. So that's going to be relevant there, and it's now time to build the canal and read what happens there, because I think I can do the canal. I'm just going to die from the barbarians hitting me. So let's go ahead and do this over here. We're going to place these, we're going to place these, and we're going to place these over here. Now, I don't have the townspeople necessary, which means I think I'm going to die as soon as that happens. Although I guess I could discard this person first. Let's discard this person here to get 2 provisions, and that way at least I won't die when that card happens. So this is a shame. I'm going to have to double check the rules to make sure I'm doing this right, but I'm 90% sure I am. And by doing it right, I mean losing. So we'll do that over there. We'll move this off, and we'll resolve this. We'll destroy these 2 people, which will immediately advance this over here, but that part's still fine. We haven't died yet, because we have to last them the round. Is it the full round? I think it's the full round. I'm going to double check this. We either won or we lost. But let's read section 5 anyway. We're down to no people in our townsfolk zone, and we're going to read section 5. Maybe it says, like, I don't know, destroy all the barbarians. That would be great. In all that I have to deal with this grand task, I never thought that I'd be flooding homes myself. Earlier this morning, we released water into a canal we'd been digging. It's a sight to see, the water being sent on a course that we intended, a beast tamed. It has happened many times now, and every time it brings me joy and a new sense of hope that we can achieve what my father could not. This morning, however, brought not only the divine sense of accomplishment, but also a man. A hermit from the look of him. It seems that in the course of diverting the floodwaters, we have sent the river into his home and destroyed it. Sorry. Thankfully, he was not home at the time and is thus able to stand before us, but he is failing to see the benefit of this without a home to go back to. Perhaps I will talk him about joining our camp. The tools he carries look well used, but I'm sure his strength will be better used than berating poor Bo Yi. File the completed canal card in the history. Find card 4 in the deck and file in the box under Hudson Canals for future games. Find card 5 and place it face up in our discard and our cost pile. We have a person. We have a person over here. Oh, I want to show you the things that you shouldn't see. Here's this person over here that we have added to our area. He's giving us some more wood. It looks useful over there. I like him. I like him a lot. He's helpful. We got that. And we have a new canal card for the future. That'll go into the future pile. Okay. Now, right about now, I just need to check the rules as far as when I win or lose, because I'm pretty sure I have to stay alive till the end of the round. So, I think I've lost. I'm pretty sure I've lost. But let's just double check this. So, win conditions. Take actions, attacking barbarians, suffer losses, refresh card row. The game ends when you win or lose. You win the game if you successfully build all canal sections and survive to the end of the round. I think we lose. The end of the round seems pretty specific. And suffer attacks, refresh card row. We refresh the card row. So again, I think that in order to have won, because we're now drawing 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, I have to kill 4 barbarians. If I can't kill 4 barbarians, I don't win. That's what I can understand here. Yeah. Yeah. No workers are carried over. There was a section that said something about the exact tying of things. It just feels so close. Okay. I believe we have lost. I'm just doing one last check to make sure I'm correct. Even if you have completed the canal, often in your last round you'll be aiming to finish the canal while also defeating as many barbarians as possible. I believe I lost. So, we are going to go ahead through the endgame sequence. Actually, we don't even hit the refreshing card row. Right now we do the barbarians attack zone, which means for barbarian attacks, we actually have the provisions to fend off some of them. So we could fend off, this one over here and this one over here, and then we could trade 3 to get a wood. So we can trade 3 over here to get a wood, and then fend off this one over here. And then over here we die from this one. We could even fend off this one, but we suffer 2 attacks, which means this guy dies over here. If we can only suffer 1 attack, no, we can fend off the last attack by putting a wood over here, and so now we're again down to 0, and so far we're still fine, but then we refresh the card row with 4 barbarians, and we get overwhelmed, which means it's time to draw our first loss condition card. And if you lost for the flood, you read 10. If you lost for barbarians or damage, you read 48. We're going to read 48. That is not fun. I don't appreciate that. I'm doing something wrong strategically. I feel like I must be. Tushanshi, my shelter. The rain falls and the floods rise, and once more all my time is spent. I sit here and watch as the workers pack up the camp, as it will flood here soon and we must move back to the village to prepare for next year. Out on the hills the barbarians laugh and sing as they celebrate with their ill-gotten gains. Were you here and not me, my dearest one, you would surely win their hearts with your beauty and grace, but they come against me constantly only to steal and consume that which they did not create. We must be better. I must find ways to make our harvest more efficient, to not waste any of the fruits of our labor. I have also been contemplating sending workers up a river to find a way to hold back the floodwaters, if only for a little while. I will do what I can, and I hope to be able to come home to you soon. File the reveal defeat card in the box under history. We will not read that again. Find card 68 in the story deck and file it under other setup cards. This is a fortuity card. 68. It looks cool from the back. Here we go. This is like the situation right now. That looks cool. And as far as what it says over here, what does this say? For future games, place this fortuity card face up alongside the board. It has an ongoing ability that allows you to tuck an additional townsfolk beneath the leftmost space of the board. Am I doing this right? Face up alongside the board. Oh, I see that. I see it now. Okay, over here. This means that even without any huts constructed, you may have 2 townsfolk placed, with both benefiting you during each harvest. Okay, that's good. I like that. Additionally, you may choose to file this fortuity card in the box into history to prevent the flood from advancing along the river when shuffling your discard pile. Doing so will remove the fortuity card and its ongoing ability for the rest of the campaign. So we can buy ourselves a one-time pause when we're shuffling the deck, or we can keep an ongoing townsfolk. You know I'm going to keep that ongoing townsfolk. I don't like those one-time abilities. I want the ongoing thing. So I like the fact that the next game we have is going to result in this. I'm going to play through this entire campaign until I win or lose. This is now going to be part of my 12x12 challenge because I want to count it. I mean, I've been playing for like an hour and 14 minutes. This counts as my 12x12 challenge. It's longer than half an hour. It counts. I'm going to play through this game. I'm going to lose a bunch. I welcome any notes because I don't know when I'm playing my next one, but whenever I am playing my next one, I welcome notes from you. I want your feedback. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me how I'm playing this game incorrectly. I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I'll see you again next week, or at some point, with the next episode of this game, which may or may not be before this game even goes up. I don't know. I just want to play it again, and so I'm going to film it again and show you how I lose again. I'll get your feedback on how to play by the time I get to like game 5 or something like that. We'll figure it out. It's 1:30 in the morning. I lied. It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm going to go to bed now. I hope you have a good one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what I did wrong. I'm sure in general when I play games, filmed, I definitely get things wrong. I try not to reference rules so much, but let me know what mistakes I made so I can take into account by the time you finally do catch up to me. I'm going to take a look at this. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co., and I hope you have a good one.